Libbey Dean joins us now. What was it like?
Well, Chris, it was memorable, of course, a very memorable day here at court. But really what I want to talk about is Trump and how he reacted to this verdict, because that is what everyone is wondering. I would say that Trump entered the courtroom today around 4:15, expecting things to wrap up, day 2 of jury deliberations to come to a close. That certainly was not the case. We heard from Judge Merchan as he took the bench that the jury had a note, and that note was that they were going to reach a verdict. Now, Trump remaining not very emotional during that entire portion of this. And then the jury enters, and as they usually do, they avoid eye contact with Trump, who they pass directly as they enter into that jury box. And then we heard it over and over and over again: guilty, guilty, guilty on 34 counts. These jurors really not showing any reaction themselves. Trump also just staring directly ahead. Now, the biggest reaction that we heard or we saw from Trump, which I had a perfect view of where I was sitting in the court, was this moment where he turned around to get up after he was found guilty on 34 counts. He shook the hand of his adult son, Eric Trump, and Eric Trump patted him on the back. But this entire reaction, they were staring at the press. They weren't looking at each other. It wasn't this hug, embrace, father-son moment. We've seen a lot of his kids here in the courtroom. And then he walked out with his head held high. A lot of the people on his legal team, as well as members of his campaign who have attended this trial, remained with their eyes fixed on the ground during this portion, while Trump had his eyes, of course, up. Really a solemn look on his face, not indicating one way or another. Then he went out in the hallway and delivered those end-of-day remarks, which held more weight today than they had really than ever before in the last 7 weeks that I've been covering this trial. Chris?
Were either of his daughters or his wife there?
No, and we haven't seen Melania here in the courtroom at all. We've only seen her actually once out on the campaign trail. I've covered Trump on the campaign trail as well. Now, Tiffany Trump was here in the courtroom. We've seen Don Jr., Eric Trump, and Tiffany Trump, as well as Laura Trump, Eric's wife, the co-chair of the RNC. She has made an appearance here, as well as dozens and dozens of surrogates. Today, I got the chance to talk to North Dakota's Governor Doug Burgum, who was here as a surrogate for Trump.
Well, Libbey, you got to witness some very dark history today. Let's see where it takes us as a country. Appreciate your reporting. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to NewsNationNow.com, NewsNationNow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.